Well, good afternoon or good evening and welcome to Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval for round 14 of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League competition. Tonight we've got a big clash coming up between St Mary's and Nightcliff. My name's Liz Cruz and joining me in the commentary box, Clint Firth. Welcome, Clint.
Thanks, Cruzy. Big game, exciting under lights here. Nightcliff Oval, 1 versus 3. Should be a ripper. The two powerhouses of the competition in the recent years. So really looking forward to it.
Had some great rivalries in recent grand finals. It's a beautiful night here at Nightcliff. The lights are coming on and there's a nice breeze. So there's a good crowd in. We've had some COVID restrictions, so good to see everyone abiding by those. And the teams have also been affected by these COVID restrictions. So there's a few debutantes and it should be a great game though. So getting ready for the start of play. Captains for today's game: Philip Wills from Nightcliff, played over 200 games and he's a stalwart of the NTFL. Nate Paredes for St Mary's, who's a 3-time best and fairest at his club and has been winning the stats by a long shot for St Mary's this season. So should be pretty tough going in the middle there.
Yeah, some good players in the midfield there. Should be a really good battle. Some class, as you'd expect from teams first and third on the ladder. So, yeah, these guys don't like losing to each other,
No.
I sense, Liz.
Rivalry. And this game last year, we ended up underwater because a massive storm hit after half-time. So, but it's good conditions here today, and it's Ryan Smith from St Mary's taking the first ruck tap.
And Tim Bitterskim from WA's picked out the first free kick. That goes to Nightcliff. He slips on his foot as he kicks it, and the mark there taken by Smithson. Smithson gives a hand there to Paredes, and Paredes to the run there of Salmon. Salmon from 50. That's textbook play there from St Mary's, and the mark there taken by Calder.
Jackson Calder, the champ, as they call him down at St Mary's, and it was his birthday this week, so he'll be looking forward to getting a goal on the board. He's leading the competition in goals at the moment on 39. St Mary's having not played last week, the Tiwi Bombers, who they were meant to play, so big Jacko Calder looking to get us underway.
So the leading goal kicker in the competition from 50, hits it well. Couldn't get a better start, St Mary's there. Get first blood, and they're 1-6. Nightcliff yet to score.
Well, St Mary's also drew blood in the earlier game in the women's, Clint, but then didn't kick a goal for the rest of the game. So anything can happen.
Oh, wow, that's not a good omen.
Different end, so yeah, I'm sure this will be a much more high-scoring game. The poor old St Mary's women were a bit undermanned today. They only had a couple on the bench due to COVID. But back to the men's, all started there by a good ruck tap to Ryan Smith, who's in his 16th season of NTFL football. Clint, goes all right still, the old boy.
So, as you said, Liz, there has been a little bit of change, late change with these team sheets. I've just spotted number 40 in the middle there for St Mary's, who we don't have on the team sheet. Anyway, we'll roll with it. Smith and Dirkston go at it. Two big bodies, and the umpire, Lancaster, has paid a free kick to Smith. St Mary's again go forward. Ball taken by that number 40, who we're not too sure who he is. Nightcliff there in defence. I think that's Wills. Tries to get a handball. Didn't have fair opportunity, I didn't think. I don't. Umpire's pinged him. And that is going to be a free kick there to St Mary's. So they're off to a good start. 2 clearances, 2 inside 50s and 2 set shots at goal early.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get this one on the board. Looks like Shawnee Edwards out there wearing the number 6. He comes back in to the team for his first game after Christmas, a former AFL player, very experienced, very good player, and the umpire is going to put 2 hands up in the air for that one. Clint, straight through the middle.
So St Mary's off to a flyer, 2-12, Nightcliff yet to score.
Sean Edwards spent time on Essendon's list and Greater Western Sydney and someone else, Sydney Swans, I think. So doing great things, though, back in Darwin with his House of Darwin brand, popular T-shirts and putting money back into programs in Indigenous communities. So a goal on the board there to Shawnee Edwards, as you said. 3-minute mark of the first quarter. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL season.
So Bitterscombe throws it up. Dirkston gets the tap to it there ahead of Smith. Ball in congestion. Wilson there pushing up from the half forward. St Mary's get it. Again, he was a little bit too slow. Just got the handball there. Parides up against the bigger Dirkston. Shark there by Nightcliff goes forward. First there too, it's going to be Smithson. However, the Nightcliff player there does well. 2 players dive on it. Umpire, ball spills out. Picked up by Philo. Handball out wide. Nightcliff going to go inside 50 here. Wilson's there first to it. He went to handball on the left. He didn't hit it well. St Mary's going to recover here. Spinning out of trouble to the boundary. Nice little handball forward. Umpires plucked one here.
Yeah, Anthony Wilson, Rabs, a premiership player for St Mary's. Another one coming in for his first game after Christmas there. Doing some good things out on the wing. Played Sandful footy for Norwood, so very experienced player as well. They've lost a few today, St Mary's, but still got a good team out there on paper.
Fair resume. Umpire throws the ball in. Ball spills there to Smithson, who's had 3 touches early. Shark there by Holtz-Fitz. Holtz-Fitz gives the handball. Goes to a 2-on-2 forward. Braxton Matt there, went up. Emery tried to soccer out of mid-air. Umpires adjudged he was held. Advantage paid. And I think Islet's put it through for Nightcliff. Umpire Lancaster just checking with the goal umpire there.
And he's going to take it back, and it looks like he has to have his set shot. Kyle Emery thought he'd kick the goal there. The umpire has called it back. Cammy Islet's gone to get the ball from behind the goals, and it looks like Butcher will take that shot on goal.
Not going to matter, I think, Liz. There's going to be a goal either way. So ball comes back. So Butcher, the ex-Port Adelaide player from the top of the square, he's going to kick from 20 metres out, straight through the middle. Goal umpire doesn't move, and St Mary's are on the board.
Yes, a goal there to John Butcher. Nightcliff's first goal of the match. As you said, former Port Adelaide player. He's a premiership player for Nightcliff as well, so very experienced. So the score now, St Mary's 2 straight goals, leading Nightcliff Tigers 1 straight goal. 5.5-minute mark of the first quarter here at Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval. So a couple of debutants for St Mary's today. Ethan Bowden, the nephew of Joel Bowden. So some good talent there. A couple of young guns coming through. Same thing happened in the women's game earlier in the game. In the day, Clint, it's great to see them step up and take their opportunity.
Well, it's a good time, Liz. I mean, with this COVID as well, and I think Ryan Nyhouse was a laid out for Nightcliff today. Yep. So for these Div 1 players to step up and, and especially a team like Nightcliff or St Mary's where, that if they're guns in Div 1, they're probably playing Premier League at most other clubs, so it's a really good opportunity for them. So ball out on the half-forward flank. St Mary's dispossessed. Umpires picked one. Pings him for holding the ball.
Joseph Salmon just trying to get around his player there, but Nightcliff.
Wills wrapped him up. He goes into 50. It's a 2-on-1 St Mary's. Ball travels towards the line. Philo's there. The players can't keep it in. We're going to get a ball up 40 metres around from Nightcliff's goal.
Beautiful evening here, as we already said, at Nightcliff. It was meant to be the edge of a cyclone this weekend, so no rain to be seen, though, today.
As the boundary umpire comes in, Butcher versus Smith. Smith, front position, taps it to himself, sharks it. Sharks one forward, thrown on the boot there by Smithson, who's had an unbelievable start to this game. 4 touches already. Gained some distance for St Mary's, and the ball goes out on the wing, and we'll have another boundary throw in.
Right in front of the St Mary's bench and all the supporters down there. I'm sure they're being very vocal about it.
So Smith up against Dirkston. That's going to be a good contest all day. Smith gets his hands to that. Well done again by Smithson. He gets the handball. Ball taken there by Wilson. He's wrapped up. Umpire says, give it to me, and we'll have another ball up. So a little bit stagnant at the moment, Cruzy.
It is. Both teams just working it out early in the game, as you would expect, Clint.
Big Dirksen gets his fist to it. Ball to the line. Picked up there by St Mary's. Tries to keep it in. Out in front of Yarran. And we get another boundary throw-in.
Smithson, a new player this year, he racked up 27 possessions in round 3 and hasn't played much since then, but yeah, certainly has the ability to attract that ball.
Yeah, he looks good. And when you start in the centre square for St Mary's, you're a good player. So, and he's 5 touches already against the leaders. He looks good. Nightcliff go forward, and the mark there taken. Quick handball right in the centre. Goes to a 1-on-1 at 50. Ball there. Zach Robinson comes out hard. Nightcliff there gets a hand in it. Ball picked up. Number 22 there, Braith Hodges, Sockers forward. Picked up there by Yaron. Yaron, handball over the top. And St Mary's are going to steady here out to the wing, and the mark there taken by number 39, Xavier Villaggio. Villaggio with a good kick, and he hits up his leading forward there, Bo Tedcastle. Bo Tedcastle into the forward 50. Nightcliff dropping a number back there. They're going to win this. A handball goes over the top, but out in front of Jamie Jones.
He handballed in front of him, and I think the umpire called it for holding on to the player while he didn't have possession of the ball. So Jones is looking backwards, looking sideways, not too sure where he's going to kick it right now.
Yeah, a little bit of tug of the jumper there, and as soon as the umpire sees that, he's going to call it straight away. So there wasn't too much in it, but a good call there by the umpire. As the ball goes down to centre wing, and we're going to have another boundary throw up on the Bowls Club side of the oval.
Yeah, Nightcliff just wandered over the line with that then. They didn't really seem to want to keep it in, but another young gun, Xavier Villaggio, getting amongst it there. His dad, Anthony, the coach of the senior team, and Uncle Iggy, the league record games holder. So very experienced dad and uncle.
Nightcliff player first in there. I think he was wrapped up there by Paredes. Those two players go at it. Islet's in there as well. We're going to get another boundary throw up.
Yeah, Islet, obviously a former St Mary's premiership player, Nichols medalist, Cheney. I think he's won a Cheney. He's done pretty much everything, Cammy.
So umpire Joel Morrison throws it up. Ball shark there by Paredes, gets thrown to the ground. Tough tackle. Something else has caught the attention of the St Mary's players there off the ball. A little bit of push and shove.
Yeah, just a bit of push and shove, but back into it. And congratulations to number 11 for St Mary's, Nicky Yaron, who ran out for his 100th game. So Nick's been a fantastic stalwart of St Mary's for the last few seasons, and also comes from good stock from the Cooper family and Yaron families, obviously.
Yaron, also a very, very prominent name in West Australian football, Liz. Yeah, very prominent. Probably one of the more prominent Indigenous names in football. That's Bo Tedcastle. He gets it on the right foot. St Mary's go inside, and he puts it through. And St Mary's get their third. They go to 3 goals straight, 18, leading Nightcliff 1 goal as we pass the 10-minute mark of this first quarter.
Yeah, young Bo Tedcastle, premiership player in the under-18s for St Mary's last year, and a prodigious goal kicker in the junior competitions. Pushed up, made his senior debut at about 16, I think, Clint. So, and just held his own from the get-go. I'm pretty sure he kicked a few goals on debut. So, great family around the club. They've got 4 boys who play all through the juniors. So, the Tedcastle name will be one to listen to for a number of years to come.
So, how old's he now, Liz?
Good question. I think he's in year 12. He goes to St Pat's in Ballarat. I'm pretty sure he's 17 or 18.
And one of the touted potentially from the territory to get drafted?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. He's not a big kid, but he's certainly kicks a lot of goals. So he's been through the NT Thunder program. So, and as I said, if you're playing for St Pat's in Ballarat, that's pretty good football. And, that's where Daniel Rioli went to school and a lot of other AFL footballers. So I'm sure there's talent scouts there having a look at him.
Yep. So Dirkston wins that one. Ball out there in front of Hodges. He can't gather. Quick chain of handballs there through St Mary's. Holt fits like lightning. Throws it on the right boot. It's a 2-on-2 down there. Braxton Armat's first there. He gets a 20-metre punch. Ball there almost taken by Baldock. Picked up there by Robinson. He goes on the left foot. Only as far as the Nightcliff player who can't grab. Yaron's in there. Handball over the top. Ball there taken by Klask with the pink boots. He handballs over the top. Bit of a hospital handball. Nightcliff get in there. It's good contested footy at the moment, as you'd expect from these two teams. Players fighting over the ball there, diving in. Nightcliff winning on the ground, little handball back. Picked up there by Sam Harper, who I think was Nightcliff's best player last week. He comes from Country Victoria. He played a belter of a game last week. Ball goes out of bounds directly on centre wing, right in front of the St Mary's supporters.
Yeah, they're definitely playing for sheep stations, as the old saying goes today, Clint. It's a great endeavour by both teams, and as you said, a lot of pride on the line and a good rivalry in the last few seasons.
And that second game back after Christmas, you know, you can that first
well,
one.
It's the first for St Mary's because they didn't play last week.
Oh,
against
okay,
Tiwi,
fair call.
Blowing out those cobwebs. Oh, and it's on
someone's
again.
Just got dumped.
Yeah, Nightcliff players pushed a St Mary's player to the ground. I think he might have kicked it out of bounds on the full, and the St Mary's fans were cheering. Or no, it looks like a throw-in over there by the umpire. But I'm sure lots of words of encouragement for Nightcliff from the St Mary's supporters down there, Clint.
So boundary umpire launches in. Dirkston versus Smith. Ball spills to the front, tracked out there by number 29 for St Mary's, who we don't have on the team sheet. Ball goes forward. Picked up there by St Mary's, gets a fair bit on it, hits an 8-iron towards full forward. Oh, Jackson Calder in there. He almost got it off the ground. Nightcliff player got a hand in there and threw for one behind to St Mary's.
Yeah, so 14-minute mark of the first quarter. It is St Mary's 3-1-19 leading Nightcliff one straight goal as we hear a whistle from the umpire. I think he's just getting the Nightcliff play. No, it's a free kick to Jackson Calder. Right in front of goal, so I'm not too sure what happened there, Clint, but if you're Nightcliff, that's not who you would want kicking on goal.
Is it a water runner in the 50, perhaps? I'm not
too sure. We need the replay, which we don't have the benefit of here, but Jackson Calder will take a set shot on goal from about 40 metres out straight in front.
And this guy can kick enough goals himself. You don't need to gift him any like that. Oh, he's tugged that to the left. Just missed.
Commentator's curse.
So St Mary's go to 3 goals, 1-19, leading the home team, Nightcliff. 1 goal, 6-6 as we tick past the 15-minute mark of the first quarter. Nightcliff bring the ball out wide. Well done there. Nightcliff first to grab it. Down the wing there. Coming up at it, Eilert. Good fist in there by Parnell. And the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have another boundary thrown. So Kieran Parnell, I think it was last year, Liz, or the year before, was one of the...
Yeah, he's been up in the draft pick. Poor Kieran, unfortunate with 3 knee reconstructions, I think. He is a premiership player for St Mary's. And, no, he's got the shoulder strap, but he played in Div 1 last week for St Mary's. I went down and watched them play Banks, and he had a really good game. So hopefully he can keep his body right, and he's in the leadership group. He's vice-captain of St Mary's. So,
and he's only young,
yeah, very young.
Yep.
Great family. Sister Kiralee starred in the women's game earlier. Had to play on Michaela Ward, who's one of the best players in the NTFL, and tried really hard. So Mum Kim and Dad Sean umpires, and just a great family, the Parnells.
Oh, that was a shocking mark there, dropped by the Nightcliff blade. Really put him under the pump. So he had to pick up, kick not looking, and the big fella Ryan Smith was back there. He's going to go out wide there, and the mark there taken by Parnell. Parnell stutters, ends up deciding he's going to go long inside 50. Nightcliff got lots of numbers back. Player at the back wins it. Player there fighting over the ball, number 29, again, who we don't have on the team sheet. Mark Lou, I've just been told, thank you.
So I think he might be the other debutant for St Mary's today. I'm pretty sure he might have played in Div 1 last weekend. We'll be able to find out at quarter time. There's been a lot of changes to the submitted team since Thursday night due to COVID and a couple of new restrictions coming in. So bear with us while we get this sorted out. Play continuing now through the middle. Shawnee Wilson drops it, and big Ryan Smith manages to take control, get the handball out to Nate Paredes.
Paredes goes out wide. Mark there taken by Labastida. Labastida with a little 15-metre kick forward.
You just like saying it like that. Labastida.
It is Labastida, isn't it? Am I pronouncing that right, Cruzy? Yeah, sorry.
It's a bit dramatic. I like it.
Oh, okay, no problems. I'll try and wind it down a bit.
Bit of flair.
Labastida.
That's good.
And the mark there taken by Joseph Salmon. So I think he took that mark probably 53 metres out. Going to be having a shot from sort of 56 metres out. He's not a massive guy, so it's going to be a fair roost if he gets this. He's going to have to hit it really well.
Yeah, good young talent, Joseph Salmon, and I tell you what, if he does kick it, there'll be a fair celebration, but it's gone off to the right, so just through for a behind, and back to Henry Labastida. I think he's edging towards 38 or 39 years old. He's the Benjamin Button of the NTFL, still running around like he's 21, so doing a great job, Henry.
So Nightcliff will bring the ball back in. Little chip over the top, and the mark there taken by Bowes. So Bowes, one of the leading possession winners in the competition. I think he's one of the best users by foot in the competition. Hasn't had a presence early in this game. Goes towards his captain Eilert. Parnell's right there with him. Ball picked up there. Beautiful pick up by Holtz-Fitz. Hamble out wide, thrown on the left foot by the Nightcliff player, and taken by Wilson. Wilson takes the mark 70 metres out. He goes long to a one-on-one. That's Butcher. It was a great kick. Well done there by Matt. Both players up against each other. Out of the air by Big Butcher, and the ex-Port Adelaide players kicked one. Braxton Matt did well there. Stuck his foot out at Butcher.
Yeah, Braxton Armat doing everything possible there, and it was just, you know, that lucky kick off the ground for Butcher, but he's kicked another goal and gets Nightcliff sort of back in the game. St Mary's have kicked 3 goals and 2 behinds, 20 to Nightcliff 2 straight goals. Good, it's a good little match up there, Braxton Armat and John Butcher. John Butcher is probably a good 10 years older than Braxton, so it'll be a good learning curve for Braxton.
Braxton just slapping his fist there. I don't think he was too happy with his effort there. Personally, I didn't think he did too much wrong, but playing on the ex-AFL player, he's setting himself high standards. And
there's a lot of good matchups when you look around the ground. Kieran Parnell on Cameron Eilert and the likes. It's really hotly contested game. Good game of footy so far.
Good game of footy. So Nightcliff win this clearance. Nice handball. Player Klask leading out there. Goes back to Philo. Philo on the left foot. Goes to a 2-on-1, and Parnell does really well. Used his body well. There's a little bit of a nudge there, but I don't think he extended the hands.
He's just holding his ground. He didn't push Eilert in the back, which he was appealing for. He plays on, takes a bounce. He's going to switch the play here. Some good support from his teammates, allowing him to get that ball across easily.
So St Mary's will clear down the outer wing. Hodges launches one of the half-forward flank. Ball sharked there by Nightcliff. Little hand forward, and Nightcliff get the ball. It's a risky kick in the middle. That's a really good fist in there by Gallus. And Gallus goes in for a second attempt. Big Smith tries to get down there and pick it up. Ball spills there to Bowen. Bowen and Nightcliff through the middle again. That's good use of foot. They're going to hold possession here. And Dirkston's going to find it out on the half-back flank. Getting held up there by Anthony Wilson. He launches it in forward. Oh, there's a little bit of work off the ball. Player goes down. That was Holt-Fitz in the square. That's his bread and butter. We saw a bit of that last week on the left foot.
Is it what? A Cheney medalist in one of their premierships, Liam Holt-Fitz from Tennant Creek. He won the NT News Rising Star. He's a ripping kid, and that's, as you said, his bread and butter. Normally that'd go through easy.
He's exciting to watch, isn't he, Liz?
Yeah,
he's sort of
great kid.
He's sort of the player that when you're around the oval, people sort of stand up. And,
he's got almost that Rioli type magic to him, like he can do the freaky stuff. So, yeah, really talented.
And he goes back and plays with his local Spitfires team in Tennant Creek. He played in them with the grand final last year. So, yeah, good on him. He's setting it alight. Nightcliff again, win the ball. Oh, he's got to watch out here. He almost gets wrapped up. That's a good chase there by Yaron.
The 100-game player today.
100-game player. Yaron with the tackle, wins the free kick, goes in board, barely the 15. Picked up there by Smithson. Smithson's going to go straight down the middle to the leading Salmon. Ball goes to Salmon, sliding in well done there by the Nightcliff player. Wills is there as well. Here's the voice, doesn't hit the target. Ball there spills to Peris, the Hall of Famer. Spins around on the body, can't taken there by Wines. St Mary's are going to win it, and that's belted in forward by Baldock. Players go up. Paredes there forward. He's not happy with the decision. I'm not too sure what it was for.
Yeah, he was appealing for a free kick for getting pushed off the ball, but I think the umpire called it for, is it tunnelling or blocking, whatever the rule is, that put his body under the player. So free kick to Nightcliff.
So that's Joel Butterick, who originated from Catherine, and he's hard as nails and perhaps may have the job there all day. So that's another fascinating matchup we've got there. Yeah,
another free kick to St Mary's. Xavier Vallejo looked to play on, but it is going to come back to Zach Robinson. So just slowing the game down a bit here, the 22-minute mark of the first quarter. And, it's been a really good game so far, Clint. Lots of interesting things happening.
So Robinson Oh, it feigns as if he's going to go inside 50. Tries to hit up Villaggio. Not sure Villaggio was on the same page, and the ball goes out of bounds just under the scoreboard there and under the water tank.
The Mabel Griffin scoreboard, a famous lady in NTFL history, and the umpire looks to throw it in now. 22.5 minutes into this first quarter. Justin Robinson going up for the ruck, getting it down. Nate Paredes running hard at it, manages to get that handball back to Robinson, who gets it to Labastida and gets it back to Paredes, so a chain of handballs there.
Whoa, drop by Yaron there. Good to see Paredes getting himself. Bowles tries to give the 1-2, can't do it. Nice little chip up there, off the chest of the Nightcliff player, but he recovers well, but he's being stalked there by 3 St Mary's players. Nightcliff get the handball forward. Good pressure there in the middle. Nightcliff, St Mary's are still going to win this. Labastida there, goes out wide. And that is Robinson, who's going to go down the middle to a good lead from Salmon. Ball goes over the top. Wilson from 40, doesn't waste any time. And that's a great goal for St Mary's. He likes it, celebrates.
Yeah, Anthony Rabs Wilson, he's a premiership player for St Mary's. As I said, played in the Sandful for Norwood, and he's so speedy. There was a clip a couple of years ago where he ran down the wing and like no one can chase him. That's what he's known for.
Born and bred in the territory?
No, he's South Australian.
Okay.
Wilson, but he has a family connection through the Wilsons that played at St Mary's, so he's come up for the past few years and played for St Mary's. So the score now 4-26. St Mary's leading Nightcliff Tigers 2-1-13. Can't be much left of this quarter. It's all very quiet on the Nightcliff balcony, Clint.
Yeah, it was like that last week, and suddenly it's funny after half-time how it builds up. So umpire Bitterscombe throws it up in the middle. Eilert goes in there. Nightcliff are throwing their champ in the middle. Might have caught one high there or caught one in the eye. There was nothing serious about it.
Yeah, Nate Paredes just stopping to check that he's okay. So quarter time here at Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval. It is St Mary's 4-2-26, leading Nightcliff Tigers 2-1-13. 2 goals to John Butcher for Nightcliff, while singles to Sean Edwards, Jackson Calder, Bo Tedcastle and Anthony Wilson for St Mary's. We'll be back after the quarter time break. What do you got? I do have to take Welcome back to Darwin, Mazda, Nightcliff Oval for the second quarter of this round 14 game between Nightcliff and St Mary's. A really good first quarter, hotly contested ball. It is St Mary's 4-26, leading the Nightcliff Tigers to 1-13 as we get play back underway for the second quarter.
Lancaster throws it up. Nightcliff are throwing Big Bowen in there. And the ball's won by Nightcliff, sent forward. Nice little tap forward. Can't be taken there by Holtz Fitz. Players go in, and I suspect...
It's like a free kick to Nightcliff.
Free kick to Nightcliff. Gives the hands off, doesn't waste any time. That's Bailey Edwards from about 50. Hits it well, tiny bit off the side of the boot. The wind is going towards the right-hand side of screen, so it's going across goal, if anything, but it's not major. Through for one behind to Nightcliff. Yeah,
cleared back out to Braith Hodges, who's had a lot of it in the game so far. Clint, the son of Andrew Hodges, the former NT Thunder coach and Wanderers Premiership coach.
Started well. He's a good guy, Hodgie. He was NT. What's he doing now, Liz? Do you know?
Yeah, he's just working for himself. He's still around town, and he'll be down here watching Braith, no doubt. I'm pretty sure Kobe might have played in Div 1 or under-18 boys today. So both his boys good players, and Braith's uncle is Jason Jones, who's a two-time Nichols medalist for a bit of a footy legend for Darwin Buffalo. So
ball goes over the back here. St Mary's didn't get a fist on it. Big Emery's down there trying to pick it up. Parnell gives him a hip and shoulder. St Mary's are going to clean up here. Baldock gives the handball. Parnell's not too sure where to go. He's stuffing around with it. Here's the call out the back. Well done there by St Mary's, and they're going to clear. And the mark there taken by, I'm not too sure who that was, Gallus, I think. Gallus, here's the call of the big ruckman Smith. He gives a 10-metre handball back, and there's Smithson. He goes out wide, doesn't hit it well. Yeah. Wills thinks it's out of bounds on the full, and it is.
Talk the umpire into it. Philip Wills going to take that kick in front of all the St Mary's supporters down there.
So Wills drills one in forward. Braxton Armatt was favoured by the kick. There was no pressure, spilt it, ball over the back, another boundary throw in.
So St Mary's missed the game last week against Tiwi, Clint, so probably a bit match practice poor, but they're certainly playing well today. It's
been a while since their run, and they're always going to play good, and especially against Nightcliff, they're going to come with all guns firing. And
there's a player down on the ground, a St Mary's player who has not moved, so... No, he's getting up now. So
Wilson gets it on the right foot from 40, just across the face of goal.
So that was Josh Smithson, I think, who was down there for a few minutes, but he's up and running around now. So, the most recent matchup between these two teams was in round 4, where Nightcliff won by 17 points. So, another close game between the two teams, as we've come to expect.
So St Mary's bringing the ball out at 50. Goes down towards the big ruckman. Edwards with the fly on top of his ruckman. Bowes gets it over the top. That's Labastida who's going to be first there to it.
I think it was Nick Yarran.
Nick Yarran.
They look similar. But
well done by the Nightcliff player there. That was Bailey Edwards, who did really well. Ball comes back in the middle, picked up by Paris. He throws it on the boot forward. First to it is going to be Nightcliff. Gets the call. Little one inside 50, however, doesn't hit it well. And St Mary's take the mark there, and they're going to clear to the outer wing, the Bowls Club wing. Coming out of defence here. He's got a fair bit of space. He can have another bounce if he wants. Decides to go in the middle. And the mark there taken by his co-captain, Paredes. Paredes right in the centre square of Darwin, Mazda, Nightcliff Oval. Goes inside 50. Big Calder's forced under it. That wasn't a free kick. That was a good call there by the umpire.
3-on-2 here. Nightcliff with the numbers, and Deary just picks it up one-handed and runs down the wing, gets his kick away, but it's only going to go so far as the St Mary's player who chops it off and kicks it straight back to a contest, and it's going to go out of bounds. I like it when they play right in front of us, Clint. It's really easy to...
It's easy here, Liz, because when we're sitting in the forward pocket on the goal line, and it's about 400 metres down to the diagonal pocket, so
it is hard to call when it's down the other end. So umpire will throw it in again. There's a lot of players around the ball.
Not a great throw in, only went 10 metres.
I think she's going to be asked to do that again by the central field umpire Joel Morrison. So have another crack at it. It would be a hard skill to learn, though, Clint, that throw in over the shoulder.
All right, so here we go. Second crack. Lots of players around this footy. St Mary's player gets himself to the front. Ball goes forward. Plays. Oh, I think that was Edwards on the ground.
Edwards
got his boot to it. Done really well. Here's Holtz-Fitz. Holtz-Fitz picks up. Gives the handball there to Paris. Back to Holtz-Fitz. So Holtz-Fitz playing at the different end of the ground than what he's used to. Nightcliff have mixed it up.
Xavier Vallejo, great work there. Just reading the ball really well.
Vallejo takes the mark, doesn't hit it. Philo to Wilson. Not going to have a lot forward here, so they just might have to maintain possession here. Has to hit this kick. Doesn't hit the kick. Makes the big fella work, but he does well. Picked up there by Tom North. Tom North on his left foot, out to the wing. St Mary's, a little bit of pinball at the moment, going back and forth between the two half-forward lines. And St Mary's used the ball well in the mark there, taken by Smithson. Smithson goes out wide there. He doesn't hit the target. Well done there by Wills, gives the hand to Wilson. Wilson from 60 goes to a one-on-one, and it wasn't really a one-on-one. It was always favoured to Eilert, and Eilert had 2 metres on his opposition, Parnell. He's done really well in the first quarter, but it was a great kick, and Eilert's taking the mark in the square, is going to line up and put Nightcliff's third goal on the board.
Yeah, you would think so, that he wouldn't miss from there. One of the NTFL's most ever decorated players. He's played VFL as well. He's played NEFL for the NT Thunder. He's a dual Nichols medalist with St Mary's and Nightcliff, and won the Cheney medal for best on ground in the 2016-17 grand final. Played all his career with St Mary's until he made the controversial switch in 17-18, and puts that straight through for another goal of Nightcliff, and you expect nothing less from the NT Thunder Team of the Decade captain, Clint.
Looks a bit sore, Liz. I originally thought, just watching him, it was a shoulder. He's holding that right shoulder down low. I'm not too sure of his...
Yeah, he's been a bit injured all season, to be honest. He played that milestone game a while back. I think it was his 150th, and then... Yeah, he hasn't played a lot of football this season. He certainly played last weekend. But, yeah, that goal now drawing the margin back to just 5 points. St Mary's 4-2-26, leading Nightcliff 3-3-21 at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. Lovely breeze coming in across the balcony. It was a bit hotter earlier when we were calling the women's game from up here, Clint, so I'm enjoying the change.
Very pleasant, and it's a good atmosphere building here. So Big Bowen in the middle there for Nightcliff, does well against the bigger Smith. However, ball shark there by St Mary's. Well done there by Deary. Jamie Jones can't get it. Nightcliff player tries to run onto it. He's dispossessed. The Nightful faithful say he was held without it. Ball goes forward there. Bowen, it's a long way to bend down, so he says, I'm going to kick it forward. Geez, he done well there, the big fella. He went back for a second effort. Philo off the ground as well. Out to open space there in the forward line. That's Big Butcher who's first there to get it. Oh, he breaks through one, breaks through two, gets a handball inside. Picked up there by North. North on the left foot. He goes, just across the face of goal. Would have been a great goal.
Well, how's big, bad, bustling John Butcher there? I just wanted to say that because there was lots of bees, but that was just taking the game on, wasn't it?
A couple of dusty Martys there, fended off, and he is a big unit. He's a massive unit.
Yeah.
And I think it was Anthony Wilson who tried to tackle him, and he just fended him off and said, not today, mate.
Yeah, no, it's good football at the moment.
Through.
So the margin, 5 points. What was that? 4 points. So 3-4-22. Nightcliff trailing St Mary's 4-2-26. As that scoreboard just gets updated.
I think Tom North may have been taken as he kicked it. I'm not too sure. Okay. Anyway, we're going to go inside 50 again on that left foot. Big Butcher's there. Picked up well there by St Mary's, and Villaggio's got some space out on the wing. Two youngsters going at it, Jones and Villaggio. Villaggio goes to Labastida. Labastida goes defensively to Parnell, and he doesn't have too much forward, so he's going to hold up with Eilert on the mark. Labastida gives him something short. He says, I'm not going there. Yeah,
Jordan Cullen calling for it. Villaggio out there on the wing, but he's just going to put it up to numbers there and see who gets it.
So that's Big Deary. That's a good fist in there by Cullen. Well done there by St Mary's. They've cleared their defensive area. They can set up around this stoppage, and we'll have a throw in on centre wing.
Yes, the sun goes down here at Nightcliff. Always a beautiful sunset down at Nightcliff Jetty. Famous in worldwide for their sunsets at Nightcliff. Umpire going to throw that ball in again. Looks like Justin Robinson in the ruck for St Mary's. Is that Dirksen, I think, going up against him?
It is Dirksen. Ball to the front. Tracked out. Paredes, the St Mary's captain. First one there. Ball trickles out and we'll have another throw in.
Groundhog Day. So 10-minute mark of the second quarter here at Nightcliff.
So the two ruckmen go at it. Boundary umpire launches in. Nightcliff players there. Thought he might have been held without it. Umpire didn't see that. Ball there goes forward. Picked up there by Salmon. He gives it to Labastida. Labastida can't pick up. Kicked off the ground there by Robinson. Players contest over it. Comes out the back there. St Mary's are going to go inside 50. And here's their gun Calder. Oh, he had 3 or 4 metres and extended to 5 or 6 metres over his direct opponent, Darcy Keast. Look, it was a great kick. Keast wasn't doing too much wrong, but never really stood a chance.
Yeah, he's an experienced player. I'm pretty sure Jackson was the leading goal kicker in the Mornington Peninsula League too. He knows how to take a mark and kick a goal. He's sporting a magnificent moustache post-Christmas with the luscious mullet curls. Let's see what he can do with this one.
So kicking from 40, 45-degree angle. Oh, just hit it pretty well, just to the left a little bit. And that moves St Mary's to 4 goals, 3-27. They're leading the home team, Nightcliff, 3 goals, 3-21. We're at the 11.5-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, Simon Deary just kicking it in. I think that's Nathan Brown, who former captain, premiership captain of Nightcliff Tigers in that breakthrough premiership. Back to Deary, a premiership player as well. So just working it in slowly from the Nightcliff back line.
So big kick to a contest out on the wing. Jamie Jones goes up. Ball spills over the back. Little shank there. Not really to the advantage of the team. I think that was Philo first to it. Nightcliff are on the go here. Wills has run really hard forward. Throws it on the boot. Goes to a one-on-one inside 50. It was a great kick. Butcher had 5 metres on his opponent there, Braxton Armat. Nothing Braxton could have done about that. And Butcher's going to have a shot from about 50 out.
Yeah, he's just going to be a danger player all game, and I'm sure the St Mary's coaching box, Carl Gunderson and Anthony Villaggio are racking their brains to see what they can do about that as he goes back to kick and looks pretty good. A third goal to John Butcher, and Nightcliff Tigers drawing back, or clawing back, pardon the pun. Tiger, get it? Like a tiger. That was my dad joke of the day.
Yeah.
Clawing back that margin. I love a good dad joke. In fact, the scores are now level at 4-3, 27 apiece. Don't appreciate my humour, Clint. I won't commentate with you again. Nick O'Reilly would have laughed at that.
Big Butcher. He... Look, to be honest, he looked underdone last week. He looked like he had a very, very big Christmas, and he wasn't in full nick last week, but he's come back playing the top of the table, Nightcliff, and 3 goals. Look, we've still got 10 minutes to go in this second quarter, so he's stamping his authority.
Sure
good on him.
But yeah, 3 goals. That's a danger for St Mary's, so they might have to switch a player or drop someone back on him as the ball comes out now. Chucks it on the boot, gets it into the forward line. Jordan Cullen has 1 grab at it, but it goes to ground, and Nightcliff mop it up, and Bowles will take it out of the back line. So
Bowles with that beautiful left foot goes out there to a one-on-one on the wing. First to recover there is the Nightcliff player, Jackson Bowen. He spins round on the right foot. Good pressure by St Mary's. Ball goes in. Shark there by Smithson. Smithson props on the right foot down the wing. Beautiful kick, well-weighted kick, yeah, and good call by the umpire. I thought he had enough of that, and the mark there taken by Marklew. Marklew doesn't waste any time, goes into the pocket. Salmon at his feet, just couldn't pick it up. Tracked there by Wills, I think it is, and we're going to have a boundary throw in, 50 metres around from the St Mary's goal.
So 14-minute mark of the second quarter here at Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL competition.
Big Bowen goes up. Ball spills forward, picked up there by St Mary's. I think that might be Velazio. Goes to Calder in a one-on-one. He usually clunks everything. Well done there by Keast. He's got a big job. Gives it to Bowers, smothered off the boot. Well done there by Harper. He picks up, and Nightcliff are in numbers here. He goes over the top to Eilert, and Eilert's got some space. Ethan Bowden on his debut was in chase. However, Eilert goes inboard, and the mark there taken by Bailey Edwards. Edwards goes back out to Eilert. They're giving him a lot of space there. Looks to have recovered from some sort of injury he had before. Little 20-metre kick forward, and the mark there taken by Harper.
Yeah, Ethan Bowden, nephew of Joel, as I said. The son of Kane, though. Very good footballers, all the Bowden brothers. So there's a number of Bowdens at Nightcliff and at St Mary's. So good family rivalry for the club. And
not a great kick inside 50 there by Harper. The wind's pushing across that side of the ground. I would have thought he would have gone to the top of the square. However, not sure what the free kicks is for, Liz.
No. I'm always interested reading the stats that they email out on a Monday. And after the game, there's been some great stats coming out of that in the NT News this year. So as St Mary's look to clear the ball out now, taking that kick out up the far end, Shawnee Edwards there in front of the St Mary's bench, lopes along and puts that one up high in the air. But it's Nightcliff that's going to take it away. I think that was Bowles again.
Yeah, Bowles starting to get into it, which Nightcliff will want. Picked up there by Nightcliff. I think that was North. North gives the handball there to Harper. Harper doesn't hit the ball well. Will's on the left foot. Beautiful kick inside 50. And again, Big Butcher hits it hard. Ahmad not doing too much wrong. It's going to be a tough kick from Butcher from that pocket.
Sure, the St Mary's supporters down there are giving him some advice, but yeah, just hit him right on the chest. There was no way that he was dropping that, Big John Butcher.
So Butcher will kick from about 38, 40 metres out. I think he likes it. And he's becoming prominent in this game. He kicks his fourth.
Yep, so 4 goals to John Butcher, 1 to Cammy Eilert. So, yeah, St Mary's might want to make a change there because, as you said, he's becoming prominent. So the score now, Nightcliff have hit the lead for the first time all game, and you hear the Tiger roar go over the PA system here at their home ground. 5-3-33, leading St Mary's 4-3-27, Clint. So just waiting for play to get back underway after that goal. Everyone catching their breath. Umpire will go in and ball it up.
So the two ruckmen go at it. Ball there comes down to the St Mary's player. He's wrapped up there by Edwards.
And Nicky Yarran there again.
Nicky Yarran, so we'll have a take 2. Big Bowen in there for Nightcliff, gets his hands to it. Ball sharked there by Edwards. He's having an influence on this game. Gives it to Philo, back to Bowen. Bowen on the right foot for the middle, goes inside 50. That's Butcher territory down there. Ball spills off his chest. Matt did grab it, but handballed it straight to his direct opponent.
And then he
handballed it back to him. That is bizarre.
Oh, wow.
And now he's caught him holding the ball. I don't know what's going on here, Liz. This is bizarre. Big Butcher on the left foot goes inside 50. Beautiful kick. Geez, they made hard work of that.
That was, you couldn't script that. And Zach Dirksen, it is there with the ball. Enjoyed that. Something different.
The crowd up here loved that on the Nightcliff faithful.
Gotta love footy, Clint. You can never predict what's going to happen, can you?
So Dirksen kicking from about 47, hits it on the instep. Never a chance. St Mary's player there did well.
Yeah, Grant Gallis in the back line with steady hands. Kicking it out there to Nate Paredes, his captain, and there's no one on him, so he's going to go for a bit of a run down the wing, chuck it on the boot and get it to Henry Labastida.
Labastida, nice little prop on the spot there. However, it doesn't come off. North gets it. He gives the ball back there to Danny Butcher. Picked up there by Gallus. He's under pressure. He's looking to run it through. Here's the voice out wide. Oh, he's got to kick it. He's got his captain on Paredes ahead, but he says, I'm going to take you on. Well done. Couple of bounces and ends up hitting Paredes. That was really well played. Paredes takes a mark, looks inboard. I think it might be Parnell. Gives it back to Parnell. Over the top to Yaron in his 100th. Ball goes over the back. Jamie Jones hits him hard. Yaron hits him hard. Good footy. Oh, Jamie Jones goes back for a second effort. Really well done. Picked up by Wilson. He handballs out wide to Philo. Philo lowers the eyes, looks inboard, and the mark there taken by North, who's had about 6 or 7 touches this quarter. North, he didn't hit that one well. Braxton Armat, good to get his hands on the footy. That's a beautiful kick out there.
Oh, Ted Castle just drops it at the last grab of the ball, and it gets the handball out, though.
Castle drops it. The big fella Ruckman from Nightcliff there up against Labastida. That was an interesting contest. Players going in hard. Jamie Jones plucks it out of there. Throws it on the right boot. I don't think he had any intention of it going out. It's actually stayed in. So Parnell picks up over the top, a really well-weighted kick to Yaron, and Yaron's going to spin him board. He pops one up, a little one inside 50. Really well done there by the Nightcliff player. I think that might have been Deary. Picked up there by Edwards across the face of goal. He was dealt with after he kicked it, Edwards.
Possibly a free kick in that, but picks himself up and gets on with it after some encouraging words from the Nightcliff faithful on the balcony. So Nightcliff will kick that in through bowls by the looks there.
Yeah, the Nightcliff faithful just having a few words to Edwards there.
Shawnee, to his credit, has a big smile on his face and gets on with it.
Expect at this
Very
time. So
player.
Bowls out there, 2 players go at it. Picked up there by Philo. He's had a really good second half of this quarter. Goes on the right boot there, down to Eilert. He gets pushed under it. Nightcliff are first there back. That's Dirksen, but he's up against 2 St Mary's players. Picked up there by Hodges. He's wrapped up. It's a matter of whether he had prior opportunity. No, it's not. The umpire said he got taken in the back.
I think he's going to ball it up.
I know.
Yeah, balling it up. And good decision, I think.
Yeah, it was a good decision. So we're a long way away here. So Ruckman go up, picked up by Paredes, gives to Smith. Smith to Gallus, and St Mary's are going to clear on the outer wing. Ball goes out. It was red best there by Wills. He can't pick up. Jamie Jones there. Paredes went in harder. Well done. He wanted it more. Nightcliff there, wrapped up with a good tackle by Wilson, appealing for the free kick, but there was nothing there. Gallus again comes out. Hodges goes in. He's wrapped up there by big Kyle Emery. And umpire Morrison says, I'll have it. And really good footy now, Liz. You can feel it heating up.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, they're out there. Both teams really, really want this win. St Mary's hasn't played footy for a number of weeks after last week's game with Tiwi was called off. And they want that win on the board. And Nightcliff, sitting on top of the ladder, don't want to lose and don't want to lose any pride at a home game. As we see, looks like Philip Wills there get that kick in to Cammy Eilert.
Jeez, that's good defence
great spoil there. Yep, by Jordan Cullen, who's normally in the forward line. But back to Eilert.
Well done, St Mary's. A couple of magnificent efforts there. I think that might have been a first gamer as well.
It was Ethan Bowden.
Ethan Bowden goes back to Wills. His handball doesn't hit the target. Bowers on his left. Gives the handball to Harper. Out wide, he's got the call. I think that's Wilson out there. Wilson runs to 50.
Right on the siren, Clint. And I'm not sure if that will register for a behind. We'll wait and see what the umpire does. But, wow, what a great second quarter. So the score now, Nightcliff half-time, 5-3-33, taking that lead into the main break, 4-4-28. Been a great first half. Stick with us. We'll take a short break and we'll come back for the second half. Welcome back to Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval for the third quarter of this round 14 game between Nightcliff and St Mary's. Liz Cruz and Clint Firth in the commentary box. It's a beautiful evening here at Nightcliff, and St Mary's led for most of the first half, Clint, but Nightcliff managed to hit the lead just before half time.
Been a cracker, Liz. Yeah, been a really good game of footy, as you'd expect from both of these teams. And it's set up for a really, really good final half.
Yeah, Ryan Smith there in the ruck going up against I'm not sure who that is.
That was Dirkston. So it's sharked there by Philo. Philo on the right boot, inside 50. Good fist in there. Ball comes out. North's going to be first there, I think. That was on his non-preferred right foot. Ball goes in. Mark not taken there by Braxton Armat. However, he's going to get the ball and he's going to clear temporarily because he doesn't hit the kick well. Mark there taken by Eilert. Eilert short to Philo. Philo wheels around on the right foot. There's a bit of traffic down there. However, the ball goes over the back. Wow. Big Butcher just spins around. He's already kicked a ripper like that once today.
Yeah, the Nightcliff balcony loved it, but just through for a minor score, and St Mary's will be pleased about that. And their vice-captain, Kieran Parnell, no one on the mark, so he is going to run that right up to the 50-metre line and get that kick away.
There'd be some good soccer players that would be proud of the connection he got off that Big Butcher. He hit that real sweet, just a little bit off to the left.
Yeah, and a free kick has been paid there to St Mary's. Player got dumped off the ball.
So big Ryan Smith, he gives the handball there to Marklev. Marklev goes inside, picked up by Salmon. Salmon goes to Calder. Calder uses his body well, but well done there by Keast. He's going to recover and get first back there. Little handball. I don't think he had any intention of keeping it in. And we'll get a boundary throw in 30 metres around from the St Mary's goal. So I think Darcy Keast has done really well on Calder, Liz. Yeah. I know Calder's kicked a couple,
He's only kicked one. He's only missed one. A couple. So
that's the leading goal kicker in the competition by a fair way. He usually clunks anything in his grasp.
It does, but look at that. A quick pick up off the ground, and St Mary's are going to get the goal on the board there. Xavier Vallejo, really quick thinking there to pick that ball up and put it through.
I think it might have been Salmon who kicked it.
Salmon, or I'm sure it was Xavier Vallejo that was giving everyone a high five, but nevertheless a goal. So the score now back to 1 point. Nightcliff 5-3-35, leading St Mary's 5-4-34. Scoreboard is wrong, sorry, it's 5-4 apiece.
5-4 apiece, the score's level.
Yeah. So, an even game, Clint. Exciting.
Yeah, we're set up for a really, really good second half here. So Smith in there. Ball sharked there by Wills. Umpire's whistle. And he's paid a free kick there to Paredes, who must have been held off the ball. So in the first half, Liz, I thought for St Mary's, I thought Paredes, Parnell, Smithson and Gallus were their best. And for Nightcliff, I thought Wills, North, Philo and John Butcher with his 4 goals were their best. So
yeah, definitely Butcher, you know, just the real difference with 4 goals, providing Nightcliff a target and a really reliable one. So not many points kicked tonight so far. So yeah, to kick 4 out of their 5 goals is a great effort.
Yep. Umpire throws in. Calder's going to take this for St Mary's. Smith's going to drop back a kick behind the play. Tries to take it out of the ruck, but couldn't grab it. Nightcliff win there 1. Quick kick out. Dropped there by Paredes. Goes back in. Little handball to Philo. Philo and Paredes go at it. Comes to Philo. Nice handball. He's played really well. He's really got into the game as he's going. Bows on his left foot. Steps in board. Shanks one forward. It's going to end up in the hands of Holtz Fitz. And Holtz Fitz is going to get it and run. Has one bounce down the middle. Handball over the top to Eilert. Eilert here's the call out wide from Wills. Back into the middle to Eilert. They've got numbers here forward. Eilert again. Out to Wills. Puts it out in front. Almost a basketball tap in front of him. Wills sends it in forward. Oh, front spot there was Gallus. I thought that may have been in the back. Umpire says play on. Ball comes out to big Ryan Smith. He is the call from Gallus. Gallus throws on the right boot, but it's smothered. Well done there. Oh, big Jamie Jones picks up, spins on the right boot. Just got a little bit too much of it. Wrong side of the ball. Out of bounds on the full in the forward pocket. And St Mary's will bring the ball back in.
Yeah, it was anything could have happened there, really. So good defence by St Mary's, because Nightcliff were looking very dangerous, and that ball has gone over the fence, so it'll take a minute or two to get it back in, and the players are just resetting, picking up their players and getting into position. As we see, Braith Hodges, he's going to bring that ball back into play for St Mary's. He's done a few good things tonight, Hodges.
Yeah, he's played well. He's played really well. Unfortunately, with this break in play, he's not going to have too much to go to, so he goes down the line. Big Dirksen, I think it is there, reads it well. Nightcliff win it. Hands to Eilert. Eilert gets taken out after that. Oh, that was not well done there. I saw that. That was Zach Robinson for St Mary's.
Yep. Don't do that right in front of the Nightcliff bench. And
he's going to be having a holiday, Liz. I saw that, and that was late, and it was high, and it was hard. So
yeah, he's a pretty fair player, Zach, usually. So the other players just need cool heads to prevail here, because Cam Eilert has got the free kick, so he will take his kick. Robinson's number is being taken by the umpire, so they'll deal with that this week, and the players just need to keep cool heads. So Butcher's going to give that ball back to Cammy Eilert, who'll take that shot.
So the Nightcliff faithful are saying it was after the kick, therefore it should be down the ground. I'm pretty sure the umpires have judged it was as he kicked it, so the ball's going to come back to Eilert. He's been in the wars today. I reckon he was holding his leg earlier. I reckon he was dropping a shoulder at one stage, and he's just copped one around the mouth. So
he's in his mid to late 30s now, Cam, so he's not a spring chicken, but he's a very fit man.
So Eilert from 40. He's got to aim this at the right goalpost. Hits it really well, comes back. And Nightcliff regain the lead. They go to 6 goals for 40. St Mary's 5 goals for 34.
And a second goal to Cam Eilert. He's the only other goal kicker today, with John Butcher kicking 4 so far, Clint.
And yeah, it's starting to. He's had 4 or 5 touches this quarter, starting to assert his influence on this game.
So yeah, as I said, cool heads just need to prevail here, and everyone get on with it. So everyone looking just to go back and restart. Zach Robertson now lining up on Adam Wines. So he's a fair young player. He looks a bit shuttered there, Zach, but that's footy.
Oh, look, we all make mistakes, and he's possibly, anyway, that'll get judged during the week,
yeah,
but
exactly.
He'll stand up and cop whatever he's done. But yeah, not a great look from here.
Free kick in the middle to St Mary's, and that looks like Josh Smithson with the ball, and he was influential early, but be good to see him get back a bit more involved in the game if you're a St Mary's fan, like me.
Ball picked up there by Bows. Bows taps to Philo. Yaron in there. Umpire said Philo caught one high. He's also starting to assert his influence on this game. So the guns for Nightcliff are really standing up here. Philo, Eilert, Holtz-Fitz is getting into it. Well,
Philo and Eilert would be 2 of the most decorated footballers around the country, let alone the NTFL. So
not a bad engine room to have. Yes. So the big fella skips around one. I think he got excited and then he didn't hit it well. Well done there by Gallus. He gets the handball there to Smithson. Smithson to Labastida, and Labastida in the middle to Smith. Smith gets it. Here's the call on the outside. Gives the handball there. I think that was Bellagio who couldn't pick up. Bowers is going to retrieve for Nightcliff. Makes Wilson work. Wilson's a hard runner, but he's not a good enough runner to keep that in. Ball goes out of bounds. We're going to have a boundary throw-in on centre wing.
Yeah, very fit man, Shawnee Wilson, and he's probably a bit underrated. People talk about Nightcliff's resurgence in the NTFL, and they attribute it to Philo, Cammy Eilert and that, but Sean Wilson, a key part of that and a key part of their premierships in the last few seasons.
So the ruckman go at it. Well done there by Nightcliff. Sharks, I think that might have been Butterick. Goes around on the left foot. It's a one-on-one there. Good contest. Both players can't mark. Ball goes out of bounds. In front of Robinson, and I think that might be North.
I think it was Wines. Is he playing on Adam Wines, number 40?
Oh, Wines, my bad.
No, that's okay. So Sam Harper down there as well with Braith Hodges, and the ball gets thrown in. Ryan Smith winning that ruck tap. As I get a kiss on the head from a Nightcliff supporter.
Ball goes in forward. Big Butcher cut mark. Spills to the front. No opportunity to get rid of it.
Oh dear. At least the Nightcliff supporters love me. I think that was Mark Wright, who's the president of the Nightcliff Nightcliff Dragons Rugby Club just saying g'day. So, yeah, Shawnee Wilson at the fall of the ball there. Henry Labastida puts his body in, and that ball's going to come out through Braxton Armat. So, well done there to Henry Labastida.
And Braxton Armat sets Villaggio a task. Villaggio taps it out in front. He's got some space. Well done by the young fella.
Villaggio.
Picks up, handball forward, gives it to Salmon. Villaggio's going to keep going here. Ball goes inside 50. Nightcliff, St. Mary's player fell over.
And a 50-metre penalty is going to get paid. Not too sure what for. Bo Tedcastle's going to run and stand on the mark. I'm not sure if the offence was against him. He runs around the player and gets that kick away, going over the top, and it'll be a foot race there for the ball.
So St. Mary's his first one back there. Good pressure by the Nightcliff player. Taps it in front. Labastida attacks him. Ball goes to the back. Picked up by Gallus. Gallus to Smithson. Smithson spins it around on the right boot. Out there to Yaron and Villaggio, but the Nightcliff player in the middle there. I think that's Wills. He does well. Throws it on the left boot. Goes inside 50. Mark dropped there by Gallus. Umpire's plucked one here. It's going to be a St. Mary's free kick.
Kieran Parnell's going to lose his shorts.
He's going to lose his shorts, Liz.
Runs the ball out, but 3-4 bounces, and he kicks it out to the scoreboard side in front of Joey Salmon. Yep,
Nightcliff faithful calling for deliberate.
It didn't go out.
Do not know how that could possibly be deliberate because it was out in front of
Minor
the leading
detail,
player.
And
but
the ball
anyway,
didn't go out.
It didn't go out anyway, so it's not going to matter.
Hilarious. Some good banter up here.
Mark there taken by Bailey Edwards, who I think's played well. He's been in the middle a lot of the night for Nightcliff, and he's done well. He sets his teammate a task. I think that was Bowes. Bowes gets slung as he kicked it. Umpire says play on. Head over the ball from the Nightcliff player. Picks up. Handballs over the top. Dirkston. Philo back to Edwards. Edwards on the right boot. Just didn't hit the right side of the ball. Out of bounds on the full.
Geez, they were coming there, Nightcliff, weren't they? And that would have been a dangerous goal. That would have put them 2 goals in front, which would probably have been the biggest margin for quite a while. But it's a bit windy now, so that ball travelled across the face of goal. So scores at the 11-minute mark of the third quarter here. Nightcliff Tigers 6-4-40 leading St. Mary's 5-4-34. One straight goal, the difference.
So that's Matt. He goes out wide to the first gamer, Bowden. And he's going to chip over the top there. Good running by Gallus, who I think's been St. Mary's best today. Gallus on the right boot goes forward. It's a good kick, but Jordan Cullen there can't grab. Players go hard at it. Ball trickles out on centre wing, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, just a bit of wind coming into the play now, Clint. You know, the players will have to check their kicks when they're going because, yeah, it did affect that last kick that went across the face of goal, and there's certainly a bit of a breeze up here on the balcony. Beautiful breeze.
Yeah, so it's blowing across the ground,
yep.
So it's blowing sort of across to the right-hand side of screen. It's, if anything, favouring the left-hand side of screen. The way Nightcliff are kicking at the moment, which means St. Mary's will come home with it. But, yeah, sort of across the ground.
Nicky Yaron with a free kick there. Getting it in to Nate Paredes, his captain, and Nate's going to play on, go around the player and chuck that on the boot into the forward line. Looking for Calder.
There he is.
And he's grabbed it at the height of the ball, and that's what you want a full forward to do, isn't it, Clint?
Yep, there he is.
Mark that ball at the highest point. So he's only kicked one today, Jackson Calder. He was leading the goal kicking going into this game despite not playing last week. So he's kicked a couple of big bags this season, bags of 10 and the likes. So, yeah, let's see if he can factor in that win going across the ground and put this one through for St. Mary's, who haven't kicked a goal in a little while.
So big Calder from about 50, hits it cleanly, ball goes over the back. Nightcliff claiming it was touched.
And the umpire agrees. Well, interesting. So the score now is Nightcliff 6-4-40 leading St. Mary's 5-5-35, a 5-point ball game here at Darwin Mazda Oval in Nightcliff.
So Nightcliff bring the ball back in. We're going to bring it around the outer side of the ground, which both teams will do as we in this last half due to the wind. They can't clear the St. Mary's captain, Paredes. He's asking for a free kick.
And 50 metres.
The umpires agreed with him.
Yeah. And it'll go back, should go back to Paredes anyway, because he was the one kicking. The umpire's going to bring him up there.
Costly mistake for Nightcliff. I didn't see it. However,
I think the player was Paredes was indicating that he was too close and the player didn't adjust on the mark, which we spoke about earlier. So 50 metres, and captain Nate Paredes will try and put this one through for a goal for St Mary's. But that wind again, Clint.
Yeah, that wind's picked that.
Or commentator's curse.
Across the face. We'll go with the wind, Brucey, I reckon. We'll go with the wind.
I don't think he could hear what I was saying. I was willing him on. So the score now 6-4-40. Nightcliff leading St Mary's 5-6-36.
And the mark there taken by Wills. Oh, he was lackadaisy then. Ball there taken by Sean Edwards. Sean Edwards goes inside 50 again. Hit it well. Wind kept it straight.
Well, they're pinging the goal of St Mary's, but they can't quite get it through the big sticks for a 6-pointer. So the margin now 3 points as Nightcliff bring it back into play.
So Nightcliff out wide. Pack of players there. Ball goes over the back. Picked up there, I think that might be Butterick. He goes to his leading player. First back there is the St Mary's player, Parnell. Not too sure if he wanted to keep that ball in.
They just like saying deliberate up here on the balcony.
Nightcliff faithful agree. Umpire doesn't agree. Tim Bittiscombe. And says we'll have a ball up. A boundary throw-in, sorry. So This will be Robinson against Big Bowen, I'm thinking.
Yeah, there wasn't much Kieran Parnell could do there, and he's been one of St Mary's best today as we hear another whistle. There'll be a free kick to St Mary's. I think there was a bit of holding on in the ruck battle, and it's Justin Robinson that will take that free kick in the number 14 jumper.
So Robinson doing his fair share of rucking tonight. He's rotating through the ruck with Smith.
Yeah, free kick there to St Mary's. The player went up early for the mark and the umpires had judged it as a bit of tunnelling, I think.
So St Mary's in the middle. Paredes really starting to get in the game now. You've got to pay some attention to him. He goes inboard. Good fist in there by the Nightcliff defender. Crumb by all players of Calder. He spins round. His kick smothered. Nightcliff, that's Bowles. Gets a defensive handball. He goes to Deary, and Deary clears down the wing. Good
Cullen.
leap there by Cullen, but he just couldn't grab. It's going to come back in, but that's Bowden. Neat little kick forward. Oh, don't say that, Cruzy.
Yep. He is in a world of hurt and he's going to have to leave the ground. Yeah. Very good player, Jordan Cullen. He played in the Cairns competition in the off-season and was in the rep team, so coached by Aaron Davey. But yeah, I could see it when he did it, and he's hurt his knee badly then, which is a real shame.
Yeah, clutching his right knee. He's played really well tonight, and
he has, and the trainers going out there to him in good hands. They do a great job, our trainers, in the competition, support staff, and Jordan Cullen's going to leave the ground. His dad, Dean, is a sensational volunteer at the St Mary's Footy Club. It was a Tasmanian football legend. There's some trivia for you. Dean Cullen. So hope it's not as bad as it looked for Jordan, and that, he's walking off, which is a good sign. Looks like Nightcliff have got the ball. Henry Labastida standing on the mark for St Mary's. You can see the wind there going across the players' jumpers now, so he's having a little bit of impact on the game, but at least it'll be nice and cool, Clint.
Yeah, it's nice and cool. We're getting a nice breeze up here, but very hard to kick a goal attacking down this near wing. I think both teams are going to have to attack down the outer wing and let the ball come in with the breeze.
So just waiting for the injured player to leave the field of play. I'm not sure why, because he wasn't stretched off. So anyway, nevertheless, it'll be a Nightcliff free kick. 3 points the difference at the 18.5-minute mark of the third quarter.
And going through the interchange, which is great for him. So
there's some light rain falling, can you believe, after I said it was a nice dry night. We might get wet after all.
Ball out to the wing. Robinson with the fist. Nightcliff try to keep the ball in. Trickles one forward. Big Robinson in there as well. Spins out of trouble. Geez, he's played well. Gives it to his captain, Paredes. Paredes on the right foot goes forward. Can't be taken there by Nightcliff. He's wrapped up by his St Mary's opponent there in Wilson, and we'll have a ball up in the middle of the ground.
So we're going to cop some heavy rain. Just looking on the radar, it is going to pass pretty quickly though, and there's not much ground, but that will affect the game. So,
all right, so ball in the middle there as the rain trickles down. It's probably going to ensure that we've got a tight finish here, I would have thought, Cruzy. Bowes gets the ball on the left foot to a 2-on-2 forward. Picked up by the Nightcliff player. He tries to keep the ball in. Trapped there by Gallus. Gets a soccer forward. Unintentional, I thought. Umpire agrees. And says we'll have a throw-in in the forward pocket for Nightcliff.
So the rain is coming in on our technical equipment here, so hopefully we can keep the live stream going and it's waterproof. But yeah, like you said, it will affect the game and it will probably slow it down a bit, Clint.
Yep. So we've just lost our screen there.
And we're back. And we're gone again. Just bear with us as this rain comes in.
St Mary's player picks up on the outer wing. Players fighting over the ball. No one can gather, and we'll have a boundary throw in. 60 metres around from the Nightcliff goal. Cam Eilert, one out full forward.
As we said, just bear with us. We're just moving everything because the rain has come in and he's on the equipment. So yeah, play continues. I think we're just going to wipe that camera off.
So Labastida goes down. Here's the voice out the back. Players going in hard on the outer wing. Rain has almost stopped now, so it was just a brief shower, we're thinking.
It was a good one. It's wet everything.
It's wet everything. Radar says it's going to disappear and move pretty quickly. And we'll have another ball boundary throw in.
So the score, still 3 points the difference. 21-minute mark of this third quarter here at Nightcliff Oval.
Go up. Umpire's given one to Bowen. Smith doesn't agree. Tries to play on. Said he's not behind the mark. Actually, it's not to him. I think that is to Holtz Fitz.
Yeah, and he's going to get a 50-metre penalty, I think.
He's going to get a 50-metre penalty here.
Much to the delight of the Nightcliff faithful up here. So that'll put him right up in scoring distance, up the Nightcliff end. And probably kick it from about 40, 50, maybe right on the 50, I think. Liam Holt-Fitz from Tennant Creek, Cheney medalist, premiership player, NTFL rising star. He's got a pretty impressive resume for a young fella.
So we need to aim this one at the right goalpost. The two big ruckmen are back there. Oh, he shimmies, goes inside. That's a beautiful kick.
Wow. Absolute rocket kick into John Butcher, who, as we know, he's kicked 4 goals already this game. He's on a bit more of an angle. He's an experienced AFL player, though, Clint, and I would think he would kick this.
Well, he tricked everyone then, Holtz Fitz. He was lining up. He took his time. Him and Butcher were obviously on the same page somehow. And, yeah, Butcher lining up now for his 5th. Braxton Armat on the mark.
And he has missed. So a let-off for St Mary's because Butcher was only about 25 metres out. But on that tight angle, the ball would be a little bit slippery because of the rain that just came through. So the margin back out to 4 points now, 22, almost 23-minute mark of this third quarter here at Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval. So Braxton Armat, a massive kick in there, looking for a teammate.
Ball spills to the front. Paredes goes through traffic. Well done. Accelerates 15 metres quick. Has 2 bounces in the wet. Almost thinks of having a third. Just goes inside 50. Thinks he'll get it quick in there to Calder. Oh, Labastida there. Picked up there by Josh Smithson.
Oh, and just misses.
Just across the face of God. I rated his game today, Liz Smithson.
Like I said, back in round 3, he was the leading stats getter for St Mary's. I think in his first game for the club, had 27 or so possessions. So haven't seen a lot of him since, but yeah, can play. What a great smother there by St Mary's on the Nightcliff kick out, and it's the siren has sounded. It was a short siren. I wasn't sure if a free kick had been paid, but yeah, the score, 6-5-41 Nightcliff leading St Mary's 5-8-38. A 3-point ball game going into the final quarter. So we'll go to the 3-quarter time break and be back for a very exciting final quarter very soon. Welcome back to Darwin Mazda Nightcliff Oval for the final quarter of this round 14 match between Nightcliff and St Mary's, and we've got an absolute ripping game on our hands. Three-quarter time has just finished, and it is just 3 points the difference. Big John Butcher's kicked 4 goals for Nightcliff and Cameron Eilert with 2, the only goal kickers for Nightcliff. Well, we've got Shawnee Edwards, Jackson Calder, Bo Tedcastle, Anthony Wilson, and I'm missing one. 5 goals for St Mary's, so I'll work out who that is. 3 points the difference. Massive last quarter coming up. Clint, take it away.
Here we go. Captain Parides out in the middle, really starting to stamp his authority on this game in the second half. Kicks the ball there to Yaron playing his 100th. He lays a magnificent tackle. Ball spills out. Big Ryan Smith, the ruckman's first after it. Gives the handball there. Oh, the Nightcliff player, the St Mary's player, ran himself into trouble. Got slung as he got rid of it, and I agree that was a good call. And that's going to be a free kick there to Mark Lou. Mark Lou doesn't waste any time, picks up, goes to Yaron in the pocket, doesn't hit it well, and the ball goes out 60 metres around from the St Mary's goal.
So yeah, the other goal kicker, it was either, remember that one, Joseph Salmon or Xavier Vallejo, and I couldn't work out who it was from the distance because it was up the other end. We are calling from the Nightcliff balcony tonight. A big storm did just come through, but the good news is it kept going. So while we are wet, the cameras are working, and we didn't lose anything as play gets back underway. A chain of handballs there. Nightcliff trying to get it out, but some good pressure by St Mary's to force that ball over the line by captain Nate Parides, who's been solid tonight, Clint, for his team.
Yeah, I think he's worked into the game beautifully. Had a lot of space on lots of occasions, so obviously no specific attention paid to him, and he's going head-to-head with Philo Island or someone in the middle there, I would have thought. Anyway,
Kieran Parnell again, another one of St Mary's best players. Boots that into Jackson Calder. It spills over the back. Sean Edwards is running, but I think he was over the line.
Oh, it was touched through, touched in the contest.
Yeah, before he got his kick to it.
And touched through. So 3-4-1 behind. Nightcliff 6-5-41, St Mary's 5-9-39 as Bowers boosts the ball outside. Down in front of the 2 players there, Lavastida.
I think it's Xavier Vallejo.
Vallejo. Vallejo.
The son of St Mary's coach Chopper. So
apologies, Chopper.
He's only in Year 12, young Xavier, this year down at Xavier College in Melbourne, and he's played a few senior games. He's looking like a fantastic prospect for St Mary's in the future. Mum Tracy usually does the water running as well, so it's a family affair. Vallejo again takes it away, chucks it on the right out the front, but there's 2 Nightcliff players running hard at it, and it's going to go over the line in front of Cam Eilert, Bowles and Simon Deary by the looks there. So another throw in here at the start of this final quarter. Good crowd in tonight, all obeying the COVID safe rules, which is good to see. Great that we've got a game underway as well, Clint, because it has affected football in the Northern Territory this week. Yep.
Nightcliff ruckman read it better in front. That boundary umpire's throwing it into that strong breeze, so it's always going to drop in front. Well taken there by Harper. Gives it to Philo. Ball comes back to Philo. Handball over the top to Harper. Bit of a hospital handball. Smithson's there on ground. Throws in the left boot forward. It's a one-on-one inside 50. Big Deary there. Roved at the front there by Wilson on the right boot. Geez, you picked that up well.
Yeah, he went left, he went right, he broke some ankles, but unfortunately threw for a behind. And Nightcliff, they're in a hurry here. They bring it in really quickly, get it to the safe hands of Cameron Eilert right in front of the balcony where he's got a lot of fans. Tries to run around the big man Ryan Smith, former premiership teammates together, and that ball's going to be punched over the line there by St Mary's Justin Robinson, sporting the long hair there.
So with this slippery footy in this last quarter, Liz, I think it's going to be tough to score. There's going to be a lot more contested. So if you can pinch a break and maybe a 2-goal break, it might be enough in this last quarter.
Absolutely. A low-scoring game where there's only 1 point the difference. But have a look at the kicking efficiency there. 5 goals, 10 to St Mary's. So they need to be a bit more accurate. A free kick has been paid here to Jackson Bowen, the big man, and he's kicked it straight out there. As we said, Clint, that wind, exactly what you said, going right across the oval, so that kick's gone out of bounds over on the scoreboard side.
Yeah, pretty hard to attack from this side of the ground. Big Ryan Smith still arguing with the umpire with that call, I think.
He loves the chat, sisters. He's a passionate man. He's a great man. He's been a great stalwart of NTFL footy, as I said earlier, in his 16th season, contesting that ruck tap, and he's going to get a free kick there for being held, so he'll be happy with that outcome. But the thing for St Mary's is now, Clint, they really need to get a score, a major score on the board.
Yeah, he was not accepting back position in that ruck contest then. He stuck his big frame in front and said, no matter what, I'm getting in the front, and he earned himself a free kick.
Nicky Yaron with the hands there, gets it out to his teammate. The ball's up in the air. Yep, some good defence there by Nightcliff and punched over. So guess what? Scores are level. 6-5-41 to Nightcliff, 5-11-41 to St Mary's. So anything could happen in this final quarter as we see a little bit of lightning in the distance, Clint.
Oh, God, that would add to it. So Bowes runs his full measure. Beautiful kick out wide.
What haven't we had in the territory in the last few months? Cyclones, earthquakes, lightning interrupted games, COVID.
I think there's big storms expected down in the Tanami and Lassiter regions.
We had that Cyclone Tiffany last week off the coast of Groot. And did you work at Groot, or you've been more in Central Australia in your
more central
yeah.
down there?
Would have seen a lot of great football. And St Mary's trying to get this ball out. Kieran Parnell again. He's had a number of possessions tonight. He'll be right up there in the stats when they come out. But it's Nightcliff paddling it forward.
We got one high then. Yep.
And a free kick to Anthony Wilson. He's got the skates on. He's one of the fastest players in the league, and he's going to put that into the St Mary's forward line there. Calder at the back, gets the handball off. And it's finally a goal to St Mary's. Smithson. Yep. They have needed that badly, so a goal to St Mary's, and they've hit the lead again, Clint. Yeah,
repeat forward entries. The last 5 or 6 forward entries, and there was no reward for them.
So a lot of individual goal kickers tonight for St Mary's. Smithson, whereas John Butcher 4 and Cammy Eilert 2. So Smithson adds his name to that list. 6-5-41 Nightcliff now trailing St Mary's 6-11-47. What a game we have on our hands. Everyone is taking a breath before play gets back underway here, including you, Clint.
Including me, just watching a little bit of argy-bargy down in the 50 here, but nothing major.
That's the best thing about commentating from up here. You can see everything that's going on in the background, and it's really exciting as we see Bowden in a foot race there.
Ball picked up there by Harper, spins, gives the handball back. That's North. North goes inboard on his left foot. Oh, it was a dangerous kick. Well done by there, St Mary's. St Mary's are going to clear here. That's Robinson. He gets wrapped up.
Philo picks it up, though.
Philo picks up from 40. Philo,
wow.
Doesn't hit it well across the face of goal. And Nightcliff moved to 6 goals, 6-42. Trailing St Mary's 6 goals, 11-47 as we trek past the 7.5-minute mark of this last quarter. St Mary's bring the ball out there in front of Robinson. He shimmies on the spot, well picked up, gives it back to the first gamer in Bowden, who's had an impressive debut. Bowden to Paredes. Paredes is slung. Ball spills free. North, who's always going to go onto his left foot, or he doesn't then. He turns around, goes on his right foot. His non-preferred, doesn't hit it well. I don't think there was any intention of it going out of bounds. Umpire agrees. Says we'll have a boundary throw in, ask the ruckman to nominate, and here we go again.
Yeah, really hard to predict what's going to happen in this game. A 5-point lead to St Mary's, but plenty of time left.
Umpire launches it in. That's a good throw in.
Free kick's been paid.
Free kick there to Dirksen. Umpire saying he got a push from Smith. Smith doesn't agree. Doesn't matter, goes inside 50 to a one-on-one. Matt gets his fist to it, punch back there to Eilert. Eilert goes inboard with a little kick. Mark dropped there by St Mary's, thrown on the boot, and that's really good. And ball hits Paredes, and St Mary's are going to clear here. He goes to Smith. Smith goes to the run there inboard. But he just gets twisted around. That was Klusky.
Umpire said play on. He said he got his handball away. And now a free kick's going to be paid to Nightcliff.
Faithful screen. screaming. Nightcliff are going to win this back. Back to the beautiful left foot of Bowles. Bowles drills it inside 50. St Mary's player went way too early. Affected the contest. Oh, he's played a shepherd here.
So, yeah, free kick being indicated by, well, one umpire, but I think the other, yep, a free kick being indicated there by both umpires now. I'm not sure what for. Down the far end, as we said. So, oh no. Looks like a ball up. There you go. So, Justin Robinson going up there for St Mary's. Is that Bowen up against him? Comes out to Nate Paredes. Gets a quick kick away, but it's all Nightcliff back there.
And the mark there taken by Harper. Harper goes to Bowes. Bowes, he's tracked there by the St Mary's player. They're stuffing around with the wet footy here at Nightcliff. Bowes again, he's really coming to the game, shanks it forward. I didn't think that went anywhere near close enough to 15.
Oh, well, Nightcliff have it now, and they're going to drive it into their forward line. A massive kick, but it's going to go across the face of goal. Again, that wind we have talked about coming into play. So another behind for Nightcliff. Scores now Nightcliff 6-7-43, trailing St Mary's 6-11-47, a 4-point ball game. And a bit more, is it a bit more light rain or just a bit foggy out there?
Perhaps a little light rain. Braxton Armat brings it in. Ryan Smith and Dirkston. It's been a good contest all day. Ball goes out. Nightcliff appealing for deliberate, right in front of the St Mary's faithful, and the umpires paid it.
Yeah, Stewie Carr, the runner for Nightcliff, sitting there on the bench throwing the ball back in.
So Nightcliff chipped the ball forward.
No one on Deary.
And the mark there taken by Deary. He's going to swing inboard. He does well, gains 10 metres, throws it on the boot, goes 50 metres inside 50. Ball spills to the front. Well done there by the Nightcliff player. He kept the ball in front. Oh, he looked to be held without it. Yeah, he did. He played for it, but he was held without it. And I think that's Harper.
Yeah, and Henry Labastida asking what for. Anthony Wilson standing the mark now, though, and umpires saying you need to come back, get into position before you take your kick. So Danny Butcher there, number 27. Oh, that's
Butcher, geez, he shanks that.
Out of bounds. Sean Edwards is saying, is that deliberate? But I don't think you'd deliberately kick a ball that bad, would you, Clint?
Well, I find that amusing how you can ask for that deliberate. He obviously didn't mean to kick it out there.
No, he'd be deliberately embarrassed that went out there, but that's about all. So a massive throw in there by the umpire, some really good reach. Ryan Smith just smacks it down, and there's a race on now. It's so slippery out there, and Henry Labastida sees the ball go over the line. There's definitely some fine misty rain still out there, Clint, so it would be gaining possession of the ball really hard.
And apparently that rule did change to insufficient intent,
right?
Which I wasn't aware of, so I still don't understand it. But anyway, I dare say that wasn't insufficient intent anyway. So,
well, a 4-point ball game we've got on our hands now, Clint. 12.5-minute mark of this final quarter.
Ball goes there to Nightcliff. Player picks up, drills it inside 50 to a big pack of players. Ball comes to the front. Tried to be sharked there. Thrown on the boot by the Nightcliff player. It's smothered. Here's the call from Eilert out the back. Eilert plays for the kick. There wasn't one there. Oh, well done. He put his body on it. The wheels there. He gets the handball to the voice. He's wrapped up. It's hot footy now. Nightcliff faithful do not agree with that, but the free kick there has been won by Bo Tedcastle, who's pushed up the ground. Yaron falls over in the middle. Coming through hard there is Wilson. Well done. Umpire's paid a throw. Tom North gets it for Nightcliff. Umpire paid advantage. Shanks one forward. Wasn't a great kick, but playing in front there, I think's big Butcher.
He's a big man. And
he's going to line up for his 5th.
Yeah, but in St Mary's defence, they've held him pretty quiet. I think he had 4 to half time, so they have held him a bit better. Braxton Armat with the tough ask on the former AFL player today. And Butcher, as you said, will go back for his 5th.
So Big Butcher, who played 50-odd games for Port Adelaide, should drill this. Kicks it well. And Nightcliff hit the lead. They moved to 7 goals, 7:49. leading St Mary's 6 goals, 11-47, almost 14 minutes gone in this last quarter. And Liz, it's amazing. Every time these two teams play, it comes down to the wire.
Fantastic rivalry, and probably started from when Cameron Island left St Mary's controversially and went to Nightcliff, and really started the resurgence there for that club, along with Philip Wills and, like I said, Shawnee Wilson, the coach Chris Bucks, and really developed those younger players like Liam Holt-Fitz, Nathan Brown, who was the captain when they won that premiership, John O'Peris, you know, someone that's been there and done the hard yards, a Nightcliff junior, and they brought in those fly-ins, those really important fly-ins like John Butcher and Danny Butcher, as we see a bit more lightning out the back. So a 2-point ball game. We wouldn't want this game to be called off by lightning. We want it to go full term. Anthony Wilson runs out of the middle and drills it straight down the middle to Smithson for St Mary's, who kicked their last goal, Clint, and I got goosebumps just then. It is on here.
Yeah, game on. Good knock there by Smith, straight out into the path of Wilson. Like a training drill.
Yep. Goosebumps could be from the rain. It's a bit cold, but
it's
no.
never cold in Darwin.
St Mary's supporter, it's exciting. I know Coach Chopper, he's had a pretty tough 24 hours just trying to get a team on the park, and they have certainly stepped up today as we see Smithson take this shot on goal, a really important moment in the game.
And Smithson shanks it. You could tell as soon as he kicked it, the Nightcliff faithful at the balcony here, letting him know that he shanked it, even if he wasn't aware. Ball goes out of bounds. It was a terrible kick, and Nightcliff are going to bring it back in. I think that's Big Deary back there. Goes down the outer side to a big pack of players. Shark there by St Mary's, goes through Edwards' hands. Nightcliff there first. Oh, St Mary's player slipped over. He spun round. I don't think he had prior opportunity. Ball comes out the back. It's a slippery footy. Wills gets it. Islet's going to be first out there. It bounces on its end. Islet comes in board. He usually uses the footy well. Not on that occasion. Jumper of the Nightcliff player being held there. Umpire says play on. Well done there by the St Mary's defender. It was 1-on-3 and he's done well. Numbers eventually going to win out. Philo for Nightcliff runs to 50. Drills it on the right foot. Magnificent goal.
Philo.
And Nightcliff now extend their lead to 8 points.
Brody Philo, as we said, one of the most decorated players in the competition. His dad, one of the most decorated players in country Victoria in the Bendigo League, Dennis Philo. So good lineage. His brother plays for Port Adelaide as well. So, yeah, what a player he has been for Nightcliff over the last few seasons. And I tell you what, Clint, Nightcliff on their home ground do not like to lose, and they have hit their straps at the right part of the game. The score now 8-7-55. Nightcliff leading St Mary's 6-11-47, and that margin gone out to 7 points. And, you know, that extra point or so can be really important in a close game like this. Slippery conditions, tail end of the game, Clint, but yeah, anything could happen. Still lots of time left.
Set up for a big finish. I'd watch Paredes here in the middle. He's a star, and he's the one who brings St Mary's back into it. So Big Smith wins it. Wilson down there. He can't shark it. Nightcliff tried to go off the ground. Picked up there by Hodges. Kicks one really high forward. Islet now has moved across half back. Takes the mark, and he goes out wide. And, geez, it's amazing how many times Islet, Wills, and Philo combine. And it's over the years, must have been thousands of times. Geez,
and they'd have almost 1,000 games between them. But wow, really good cut off there. Paredes, I think that was for St Mary's, and hits up Rabsy Wilson there in the middle.
So Wilson goes inside 50 to his dominant forward, Calder. Ball goes over the back.
Tedcastle.
That was Bo Tedcastle. Had a chance then, didn't hit it well. Ball dribbles out of bounds. Not too bad for St Mary's. They'll get a ball up inside their forward 50. They really need to lock this ball in here.
They sure do. They really need to get a goal on the board. 18-point mark of the final quarter. It's down their end. They just really need to push really hard. St Mary's, you see Shawnee Edwards taking his player back into the goal square. He'll be looking for a kick. Jackson Calder looks like he's going to contest the ruck there for St Mary's.
Nightcliff set up well around it. Well done. They had two on the defensive side then. And Islet wins. Geez, I reckon that's deliberate. I
reckon that is insufficient intent.
Has to be paid deliberate.
And the umpire has made the correct call there because it wanted to go straight for the sideline. And I can't see who the player is there. Is it Klusky that's going to take... that the Nightcliff balcony's gone off.
No, they didn't like that call, and they didn't like us calling it that way either. So just some bronze cheers. Can't see. I think that's Klusky, and he's shot one forward. That's a shocking kick.
Well, you don't want to do that in front of the Nightcliff balcony, and he is getting the Bronx cheer, as they call it. So Cammy Eilert will try again, and Anthony Wilson standing on the mark there. Cammy Eilert taking his time, just having a look around to see what options they are. All of the players are on one side of the ground, and he's going to go to that side, the Bowls Club side, as you like to call it, Clint.
So Eilert's moved to half
Saviour Vallejo
back, and I reckon will remain at fullback, halfback. St Mary's go inside 50. It's a one-on-one there. Eilert's third man up. He can't gather. Sharked there by Yaron in his 100th game. Him and Philo go at it. Ball trickles out, and this is where St Mary's really need to set up around this. Smith will play a kick behind the play. Calder will do the ruck work, and they really need their contested players to lock this ball inside 50. And I'd be right on Nate Parides' inside shoulder at this stoppage. One
player who won't take a backward step is Nick Yaron. He's as tough as nails. He's probably the smallest bloke out there, but playing on, I think that's Paris there. Oh, he nearly ran through and took it away, but it's Nightcliff who cleared it out just as far.
Ball picked up there by Dirkston. He's chased there by Robinson. Doesn't affect the kick. And the ball goes there, and it's taken by Big Butcher, who's come a long way up. Butcher goes inboard, and he hits up Sam Harper. They just need to maintain possession here. Sam Harper goes wide. Nightcliff playing took too long.
What a great chase down there by St Mary's.
And I think that was Klusky who might have chased him down then. Nightcliff go forward.
I think it's going to come back. The umpire has found, I think there's a Nightcliff player down. Might have been a late charge. Not too sure. Kieran Parnell's asking the question there. One of the fairest players in the competition, so I doubt there'd be too much in it, but it's going to be a Nightcliff free kick. Bring it back. Probably no advantage there to Nightcliff, Clint.
No. Look, we didn't see what the free kick was for, so we're not sure if it's there or not. Doesn't look like Parnell agrees, but at the end of the day, it's not going to matter. And if Nightcliff drill this, 8 points up, we'll make it 14 points up with probably 3 minutes to play. It's going to make it a tough task for St Mary's. So this is Ware. Elijah Ware from Nightcliff. He's been pretty quiet today. Hits that quite well. Hits the post, and St Mary's breathe again. So we're 21 minutes into this last quarter. Nightcliff leads St Mary's by 9 points. They need 2 goals, Liz.
2 quick, smart goals, and they need them quick. They just need to get that ball up there as fast as possible. Big kick in there, going over to the Nightcliff, the St Mary's bench side. Ball out now, but it's all Nightcliff. The only person out there. Player grabs it, and he's going to switch it back in towards the middle.
So Bowles, who's been influential in this last half, brings the ball inboard, and I think that's Harper, who's taking the marks. And Nightcliff just going to try and hold on to it here. They need to play man on man. St Mary's mark there, taken by Nightcliff. He drills one forward. Eilert's now gone to the other end of the ground. It's a one-on-one. I think that's Hodges with him. Hodges has done really well. Dives in. Of course, it always spills out the back to where Eilert is. Eilert picks it up on his right boot, throws it forward, and good mark there taken by St Mary's. And they can't waste any time, Liz. They're just going to go straight down the guts.
They've got to go now.
Quickly.
They've got to keep their feet too. And Parnell just switching it backwards, but probably not the best choice because the mark's been dropped. It's a slippery ball. Salmon recovers and gets it to Gallus.
So Gallus, he roosts one forward, doesn't hit it that well. There was no real tall target out there. Well, there was, because Robinson was leading there, but the kick fell short. Bowers chipped in front and intercepted. And Nightcliff are holding on here. There's probably only a minute and a half, 2 minutes left.
There's a siren. Well, what a game, Clint. What a fantastic game of football. Nightcliff, the winner. St Mary's, though, can hold their heads high. They nearly didn't have a team on the park today due to COVID really affecting their team. But Nightcliff, the better team on the day. But just a fantastic game from start to finish, Clint.
Yeah, ripping game. Congratulations to both teams getting teams on the park in this environment. It's not easy, and yeah, a little bit of rain at the end there. Really good atmosphere here at Darwin Mazda Oval, and a great game of footy. Congratulations to Nightcliff.
Yeah, that's right. But best on ground for us would probably be Big John Butcher, who kicked 5 goals. A goal to Brody Philo, 2 to Cammy Eilert. So Cammy Eilert just really stood up when it counted. Brody Philo as well, Daniel Bowles. St Mary's all individual goal kickers tonight. There are a number of them, but who did you see in the best for St Mary's? I probably had Kieran Parnell and Nate Paredes for me.
Yeah, agree, Liz. I had Paredes, Parnell, and a special mention there to Gallus down back, I thought, and Smithson as well. I thought they were St Mary's best 4 all day.
Yep, agree. And Ryan Smith, you know, he toiled pretty hard in the ruck. Xavier Vallejo did some really impressive things. He's just a young kid, as we said, under 18. So well done to the under 18s that stepped up as well. But fantastic game of football. It's really uncertain times which we're operating at the moment. Well done to all of the AFL NT staff that got the game going, and the crowd that are here, you know, observing COVID-safe behaviours. Big thanks to everyone for tuning in today on AFL NTV live stream. It is great to bring you footy from the top end. Thanks for watching. A win to Nightcliff, and we'll see you all next week.